Welcome to a 1v1 on Stalingrad. This game is going to be CaptainSPrice versus HelpingHans. Match of champions. Price going with his sniper Oster opening here on Stalingrad. HelpingHans playing as Soviets rather than Oster. Interesting change. Playing counterattack, mechanized support, guard, motor. One with two conscript opening, and Price will immediately secure himself the factory with his opening squad of Pyos, while his sniper takes territory here in the south. Gonna get that captured before moving forward to start sniping conscripts, and a squad of grenadiers is moving to support in the engagement for this area too. So Price is definitely going to be trying to take control of the east fuel first, trying to just win the engagement for this area if possible. Hans is going to retreat immediately upon getting sniped right there. Rather than try and hide behind shot blockers and delay Price's advance, he's just going to pull completely off the battlefield. And the squad of Grens is, after that retreat, apparently going to go left instead of right. Price seems to think he'll be okay over here on the right side with just the sniper and Pyos, while he waits for his next squad to hit the field. And a third squad of conscripts is coming out here from Hans as well. Combat engineers making their way through the middle, take control of this point. Conscripts grabbing their munitions there on the left. Sniper on this map is nuts. But I've seen Price make it work before. I'm not that surprised. He's just very good with it. Price sniper is quite good. And I'm curious to see what Hans will do to counter. He's not gone tier 1 yet. He might though. 4 cons into tier 1 is manageable, reasonable. Probably gonna make that work.
At our disposal.
Conscripts are going to win that. Grenadiers just standing there in yellow cover, not going to be able to win that engagement, and the sniper's taking too long to get in range to support. Mine going down, nice placement. Aggressive mine placement is a great way to kill a sniper. So one of many sniper counter options. I'm not sure if Price saw that or not. Can't, if the fucking observer mode would work. I think he saw that. Grenadiers forced to retreat from conscripts over there. Conscripts didn't even take one loss. Grenadiers on the right side taking control of the fuel point. Snipers working on the combat engineers now.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
That might be a wipe. It probably is. Oh no, no, it wasn't a wipe. Okay. Combat engineers get away. Conscripts going in on the sniper. Oh my god. Price. That sniper is so low. If he retreats, he's probably dead. He has no choice but to manually kite and try and outsmart those conscripts. He will vault that wall, continue backpedaling, looking for opportunities. Vaults again, trying to be sneaky here, jumping from cover position to cover position away from those cons. He probably cannot afford to take a shot with that sniper right now because these squads are both at high health and in the retreat path. Is he actually going to start taking shots again? Oh, that was so risky. Conscripts target the Pyos in the building, fortunately. Grenadiers working on conscripts left. They're going to lose that engagement again. Price spends almost all of his micro, by the way, on his sniper. Never on flank engagements. So there's generally a pretty decent chance that he will just lose flank engagements if you're paying any reasonable amount of attention. Oh, what is that sniper doing? Ah, gets inside the building. Did not sustain any damage from that 2-man conscript squad, and it is forced to retreat by the Grenadiers moving up right there. Wow, that is a plucky little sniper. I am amazed that it's still alive. Alright, well played, Price. Well played. He wins the engagement against those cons, forces a retreat, sniper still kicking. Reinforcing some grenadiers here in the base, needs to get healing up at some point, throwing a second squad of Pyos out right now. No battle phase 1 yet, but the healing bunker is in production, and the sniper's going to take this opportunity to retreat.
We have taken it.
Back to base for healing. Grenadiers over here on the right side, getting control of territory, forcing... Oh, oh my god. That sniper is so lucky, holy shit.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Sniper report.
Sniper's about to receive healing here in the base, and Grenadiers are going to face off against Flamethrowers and Conscripts here on these points. Right outside the Oster base. I'm surprised, by the way, to see Hans going so aggressively for this area rather than going to work on the mostly undefended right side strategic and fuel points, which I guess he's actually dedicating equal forces to both fronts. Sniper picking off this squad, brings it down to 3 members. Has to retreat right there. Over here on the right side, Conscripts moving up to start working on the munitions and Pyos inside the factory. Fuel point on the left falling into Pyo and Grenadier control.
The enemy is taking our territory.
And Grenadiers are engaging against Conscripts and Flamethrower. At medium range again, that squad falling pretty low. And if Price can just get another squad into that factory, he maybe can maintain control of the structure, but there's that Flamethrower is going to be a serious problem. It looks like he's just going to concede building control right there. Sniper has not even made a move out of the base to go salvage this engagement, so the factory is lost, and Price will consequently lose control of all territory over here on the right side.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
We have our flamethrowers. We can't take this. Infantry has spotted.
Combat infantry now have access to additional equipment and tactics.
Ready.
Grenadiers and Sniper working on that squad, forced to retreat. We are going to see tier 3 from Hans, who honestly is a little behind on fuel. I'm almost surprised to see him go tier 3 in this situation. He's not even close to being able to afford a tier 3 unit unless he goes half track, which maybe he's just going to go half track, I guess. He has chosen counterattack tactics of all things. Interesting choice. See if he can make it work. Shock troops will be already available to him now with the 4 cons, 2 flamethrower, or probably maybe minesweeper. 4 cons, 2 combat engineers. Into shock troops. There it is. Shock troops on the field. If he does go half track, it'll be hitting the field within the next minute, but he needs to get some territory back. Fuel point on the right side, falling into his control now. Push 1 Grenadier squad off the field. Does he have healing? Yes. No other upgrades, just healing. Tier 2 and Tier 3. Price making his way back over here to the right side with a pretty significant blob. The blob is forming. Sniper in the mix. Grenadiers take control of the left side munitions. Here comes a counterattack from Hans. This force should easily be able to get control of the left side. If the shock troops don't move to support against this force on the right, Price has a pretty good chance of maintaining control of this building, which he has retaken. Hans didn't really make much of a play to defend that structure, so Price will get it back, and he's probably going to fight a lot harder to keep it this time. G43 is inside. Price has chosen Jaeger Infantry. Jaeger Infantry against counterattack. Interesting choice. That'll give him stupid placed air support, but no dive bomb. No dive bomb for the B4. Light artillery barrage can't kill a B4, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that it, even with like amazing RNG, I don't think that it can. Stupid close air support can if it targets it. You just have to cross your fingers on that. Shock troops haven't engaged yet, still looking for opportunities in this area. I think he wants to find the sniper with these shocks. Retreating Pyos probably just spotted them, unless they're like invisible, which they might be because of this various vision blockers over here. Sniper will spot them though. Start picking them off one by one. Grenadiers also available to kite those shock troops a little bit, tossing a smoke grenade at the sniper and then moving to engage against the Grens is probably not a great start to this shock troop squad. That was terrible. Not even 1 kill on that shock troop squad's first engagement, and 5 models dropped. Really, really awful first engagement for those shock troops. They made the worst possible entrance right there up against the sniper, which located them in a really bad spot. As a result, Hans is probably going to lose a little bit of map control right here, falling quite behind. Flamethrower pushing away the conscript squad right there. This squad of conscripts making its way over here to the right side, but everything is getting pushed back into the base, and Hans is off to a pretty rough start this game, and his decision to go tier 3 is crippling him even further. Spent a lot of resources on that structure, yet he's gotten no return out of it yet. T-70 is going to exhaust all of Hans's fuel reserves trying to get that on the field, and the T-70 is very strong on this map. Hopefully it can turn things around. If it hunts and kills the sniper, Hans will probably be able to get himself back into this game. Price is up to 4 squads of Grens right now. He's got a little bit of extra munitions. Price, by the way, tends not to plant mines early. That's kind of a blind spot of his. So if you're up against Price, your first light vehicle has a very good chance of making a dramatic impact, because he's just a little lazy about it. He's a little lazy about planting mines and sweeping, although I think he's been getting better about sweeping. So we do have a minesweeper from him, but I think that's because he saw a mine getting planted over here. And I think that's a reactive minesweeper. I don't think he tends to get proactive minesweepers. But whatever that mine was that was going down over here is gone now, and I don't see a crater, so I'm pretty sure he swept that up. Hans hasn't planted that many. Got a little bit of munitions float right now. T-70 is on the field, making its way down the left side. Hans getting a little bit of territory back over there on the left side. Minesweeper from Hans as well. Both have a sweeper now. No teller mines from
Objective secure. We will
shock troops pushing that minesweeper squad back into the base. Price just messaged me on Steam, by the way. He just said by this point in the game he had swept 6 mines. I feel like that's an exaggeration. I definitely saw him sweep this one. I don't know about 6 mines. Maybe you guys can check me on that. I haven't seen any other sweeps. If he actually has been sweeping that many mines this quickly, wow, well played, Price. That's amazing. I'm just saying, that seems like it might be hyperbole. Grenade toss on that Grenadier squad right there. Shock troops getting in pretty close on that sniper. He has no choice but to retreat. He should get away though, I think. Conscripts moving to try and finish it off. Oh! 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 It rounds the corner. So close. So close. And the conscripts will be forced to retreat. Meanwhile, Panzerfaust destroyed the T-70's engine right there. He popped self-repair, but that doesn't do anything. He shouldn't have done that. That's just wasted munitions. 60 munitions just to... I mean, its combat engineers were going to repair it anyway. T-70 looks like it's going to dive the base, maybe? Wait, did the conscript squad that was retreating die? Yes, it did. It got wiped. Got wiped right there. So not only destroyed engine twice in a row. Oh no, flame crit wipes the Grenadier squad though. Wow, Han's getting crazy aggressive though. Look at this dive. Half of his army is at Price's base right now, which is giving him so much free map control. I feel like Hans should maybe focus on working the flanks a little more. I mean, yeah, the destroyed engine's bad luck, but he's not even able to repair it because he's parked in front of this bunker, whereas if you were over here on the right side, that wouldn't be nearly as big of a deal. But two destroyed engine crits consecutively is pretty silly. It's pretty ridiculous. So much damage on the sniper. He pops incendiary around to stun the conscripts right there. He actually took a huge volley from those conscripts, but does get away again. Sniper, I feel like Price might intentionally be trolling at this point with that sniper, and he's like letting it fall down to extremely low health and then retreating just to try and be as annoying as possible and get Hans to go full tunnel vision on that thing. Panzer IV is in production now for CaptainSPrice, and once it hits the field, that T-70 might go down. It's still not quite clear of the machine gun bunker. Nah, I think it's clear now. Price is probably going to maybe try and snipe the combat engineers as they repair. Pilots are providing vision for the sniper. If he can get an incendiary round off on them as they're repairing, maybe he can wipe a bunch of them that way. If he can just slow the repairs down just enough to that when that Panzer IV hits the field. Here comes the incendiary round. That didn't do that much. T-70 will be fully repaired just in time for the Panzer IV to hit the field. So it looks like it will get away. So, despite some bad RNG for Hans, no big deal. No harm, no foul. T-70 gets away. It's up to 12 kills. No AT gun from Price, surprisingly, by the way. He loves Tier 2. We all know that. But he's just gone with Tier 3 instead. Panzer IV Rush. Back tech to Tier 2 later. He's going to try and punish the fact that that his opponent lost so much map control early on. Try and punish the decision to go T-70. He should be able to do so pretty effectively, but Hans has gone Tier 2 and has access to a field gun right there, so should be able to manage that. He's got a minesweeper. He just hit a mine over here on the left with these Grens. No wipe, just 2 model losses, not the end of the world. And he's just got to try and get some territory back. During that huge base push, apparently, by Hans, Price had a squad of Grens in this factory the entire time, kind of holding onto this territory over here on the right, so he still has the munitions and a couple points over here. But he lost VPs. And he's lost both fuel points. Field gun gets a shot off on the Panzer IV, that's going to pull back for repairs.
Territory is out of contact. The new Grenadier squad is ready.
Pioneers here.
How many kills does a sniper have? 26 in 17 minutes, which is pretty good. That's pretty good.
Grenadier!
It's not devastating like some Price snipers that we've seen, but it's very solid. Definitely doing well with that sniper thus far, especially since a decent number of those kills are on shock troops. T-70 is going to look for an opportunity against the sniper now, I think. It's a little exposed. Trying to get to cover. T-70 gets a perfect direct hit right there. Pretty sure that sniper took the full 40 damage. Panzer IV pushes the T-70 back. Field gun pushes the Panzer IV back. Conscripts have to retreat.
Bit by bit, we take back what is ours. Excellent.
Continues taking shots at conscripts where opportunities arrive. Mines going down up here in the north as well from those combat engineers, and Price continues to lose territory since he's struggling a little bit to deal with the T-70 plus AT gun combo. If he could snipe this thing, then his Panzer IV would be free to hunt down the T-70. And if he could kill the T-70 with his Panzer IV, then his sniper would be free to take out the AT gun easily. It's kind of a dichotomy there, a little back and forth, cat and mouse kind of situation. They both have hard counters to the other person's priority target. But it just comes down to micro, really. T-34 on the field now to maybe swing things back in Hans's favor. He's gonna have an AT gun and a tank, and a light tank. Up against Price is just one tank, so put him in a pretty good situation. Price needs to try and get some fuel back under his control to equalize the vehicle battle if possible. He has gone back down to Tier 2, by the way, and thrown out his own AT guns. That'll help against these units. Panzer IV takes a bunch of damage. AT gun and T-34 fire. Has to pull back for repairs again. Pios have retreated all the way back to base, though. He's got a couple idle units over here, too. Maybe he could set up a flank with those on the AT gun or try and figure something out that way, although with his Panzer IV at such low HP, now may not be the best time. Although that pack is getting a lot of nice damage off on the T-34, with those Grenadiers in the factory providing vision. Here comes a flank from Hans on some infantry back here, plus T-4. Flamethrower will be forced to retreat from those two squads, though. Ooh, shock troops wipe that Grenadier squad. Nice wipe right there by Hans. Price wasn't quite paying attention. A lot of engagements happening simultaneously right now. Where did the Pios go? I think... oh, there they are. Price moved the Pios back towards his Panzer IV for repairs, leaves the Grenadiers in this general area to try and defend this fuel, repositions into green cover behind the bus to protect against the squad over there from the right side, so they probably can't advance and take this point without support from another squad. T-70's up to Vet 3, 13 kills on that. What little quips. What do you mean? What did I say? I'm not sure what you mean.
Grenadiers.
But thank you.
Sniper reporting.
30 kills on the sniper in 21 minutes. Pretty good. Pretty good. We're gonna give that sniper a solid B+ this game, I think. And that's good enough for me. On Stalingrad, actually, I think we should curve. I think we should grade on a curve on Stalingrad. To be fair, for a Stalingrad sniper, that's probably a solid A. Maybe not an A+. G43 upgrade on this Grenadier squad popped just in time for that push. They get forced to retreat. Oorah onto the flank to try and win that engagement. Shock troops working on the G43 squad inside this building, but in general it looks like this engagement's going pretty badly for Hans, especially because the shocks are already down to 4 men and have to retreat already. Compared to the sniper, those shock troops are doing just awful. And they're actually more expensive. So, that's a bad sign. The sniper's doing better than those shock troops are. Because it's been on the field a little longer, but I don't think they have even, like, 15 kills. If they have even half the kills with that sniper. Oh, it's a B4! What's it shooting at? The factory, I think. Here it comes. First shot, and the entire Grenadier squad is wiped by that B4 shot. So B4 is on the field. Oh, that's a wipe, though. Trades a squad. One wipe on each side. So, although that B4 definitely had pretty good shock value there for Price, or for Hans. Apparently Price is displeased by this turn of events. And he has actually gone tier 4. Interestingly enough. Price's Jaeger infantry against Hans' counterattack. And I'm pretty sure Hans has gone B4 because of Price's reputation as a blobber, quote unquote, but Price doesn't really blob his Oster, in my experience. He does have a tendency to box select AT guns around in one control group, but no, that's more of his USF strategy. As Oster, he's much more spread out, distributed forces, and he's all about a very carefully microed sniper. That's the hallmark of Captain Price Oster, really, is a really sneaky sniper. I'm pretty sure Hans went B4 because he was expecting some hardcore Captain Blobberino. Also, what is this T-70 doing? I think he's looking for the T-70 in the base. Where's that Panzer IV going? Oh, he has to move to protect the AT gun. He has no choice, which means that sniper may have no way of surviving this. Run, sniper! Run! It looks like it should be able to be okay. It just needs to get out of the base, away from that T-70. The engagement over here for the right side looks like it's going in Price's favor. The AT gun is clear, but the Panzer IV has full health. He might be able to hunt and destroy that T-34 if he can support with this infantry squad over here to clear the gun. The sniper is still alive, still trying to just stay outside of that T-70's line of fire, and the Panzer IV has actually disengaged away from the T-34 on the right side so that he can kill this T-70 in the base. And I don't know why Hans is diving the base with that either. I think he was looking for an opportunity on the sniper, but he couldn't find one, and he's just going to lose that. It's a shame to lose the T-70 just to driving into the Oster base. But alright. Oh yeah, I think the B4 skin is bugged. That's a German skin. Why does this B4 randomly have, like, a German skin on it? Okay. Interesting. Did the B4 just fire? Oh, I think it just nailed the base. I don't think it got anything, though. Sniper's still alive. 4 Grens, Panzer IV, all still alive. KV-1 on the field now for Hans. Price needs to try and get back control of his AT gun right there if at all possible. A couple squads retreating back into the Soviet base. Price struggling for map control a little bit, needs to expand if at all possible. AT gun has been reclaimed. Sniper moving up with the Panzer IV to try and win an engagement. Oh, that overextended AT gun is just asking to get sniped. But there's various units in range to support. T-34 needs to get repaired. KV-1 is at full health and ready to go. A couple of squads in the base for Price too. The decision to go tier 4 by Price is really hurting his army. I feel like he teched a little on the early side because he's got one Panzer IV with which to fight so many Soviet tanks. It's proving quite difficult, and he hasn't planted any Teller mines, I don't think. If he has, they got swept. I haven't seen any. Sniper has no choice but to retreat right there. KV-1 misses its shot. Panzer IV is going to stick around in the engagement. Still has a decent amount of health to work with. Only one AT gun on the field for Price right now. It's on his way to the front.
Foes are behind our lines. Headquarters attacked.
B4 fired at the sniper. Missed, unfortunately. Doing pretty serious damage to base structures, though. It would be kind of a shame if that tier 3 went down to B4 fire over the course of this game. And I know Price doesn't want to have to send his Pios to base just to repair tech structures when he needs them for repairs on the front line. Panzer IV falling dangerously low. It might go down right here. Here comes the AT grenade. Does damage the engine. It should be able to coast behind this shot blocker and maybe get to safety, although if Hans hunts it down and kills it, I don't know if Price can save that tank. He has a big blob of grenadier. There's the blob. There's the blob that I said that Price wasn't gonna use this game. Grenadier blob with AT gun behind, moving to try and clear that AT gun. Should be able to. It's very, very exposed right there. Those tanks just completely abandoned it. The gun gets cleared and Price should be able to recover. Piles on their way to repair this tank, and the AT gun is moving up to start taking shots at these infantry. The B4 is available to fire though, and Price has a pretty decent chance of losing the game to one B4 shot if he continues this behavior. Here it comes. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, that was way off target. Price will not get nailed this time. Both AT guns crewed.
It is ours.
What is it?
Light tank ready. Infantry engaging us. Structure complete.
Shock troops. Wow, yeah, they only have 7 kills. That's awful. They have barely done anything this game. Compared to that sniper, which is up to 40. It has 4 times the kills of that shock troop squad. Almost manages to pick up those Grens on the retreat, though. T-70 might be able to pick up a lot of stuff. That's a fresh T-70, by the way. The old one's dead. Diving into the base. 3 Panzerfaust available. That's a wipe. Grenadiers go down right there. Panther in production, finally. Takes forever to get that tier 4 unit out, but it's on its way. That should help a lot against counterattack. Panther basically hard counters everything in counterattack. It's mobile enough that it's unlikely to get nailed by the B4. It can easily beat a KV-1, and it has a pretty decent chance of being able to drive into the base and killing a B4, actually. If it takes a nice wide route, could happen. Although you obviously don't want to overextend. But Panther is very strong against counterattacks. I think that's a good decision by Price. Well, maybe not a good decision, because it's put him behind trying to get it out. But now that it's out, it should be effective, is what I'm trying to say. Should help. B4 shot somewhere. I missed it again. Doesn't hit anything. It's only got 7 kills. It hasn't done that much yet. T-70 working on some grenadiers over here.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Grenadiers moving to expand Price's territory a little bit. He's keeping the AT gun blob down. Oh, not really a blob. AT gun. What's like a smaller version of blob? Pair. AT gun pair. AT gun buddies. He's keeping his AT gun buddies down here on the victory point. Sniper grabbing the right side fuel. T-34 peaks. T-70 moving to peak in this area as well. And here comes the Panther. If supported by a minesweeper, I think Price could make a pretty big push right here. There's not that much to counter him. There's a fresh AT gun right there. Of course, he doesn't want to keep any of his stuff too close together, and making a big push could open him up to a big B4 shot. He's trying to keep his forces spread out while he waits for the B4 to fire its next shot, I think. He's listening for it. Here it comes. It's firing at, I don't actually know what it's shooting at. Panther, maybe? Yes. Misses, fortunately. Panther will pull back to safety. G43s get wiped, though, by shock troops. That's another wipe on Grenadiers. That's starting to really stack up for Price, although, to be fair, he's got 900 manpower. It's kind of hard for me to blame his situation on his decision to go tier 4 when he's floating 900 manpower. Not floating anymore, I just queued up 3 Grens. He's probably just been microwing too hard. I don't think he even realized what his resource situation was until he just looked and he was like, oh, my Grens keep dying. How much resources do I have? Oh shit, I have 900 manpower. No wonder I have no territory. Tanks are pulling back to safety right here. The Panther has damaged engines, so not going too well for Price right now.
We have a fresh Grenadier squad.
Don't let them flank us! AT gun needs orders!
Taking Panzer fire!
Oh, I feel like that Panther might go down. T-34 still has tons of health to work with. There's a pretty good chance. Oh, nice Faust. Oh, that game-changing Faust right there. Panther wants to take one final shot at Rage. Oh, that snipe. Nice. AT gun shot misses, and the T-34 will go down. I thought that Panther was dead. I think if Hans had fully committed to that engagement and just like rammed or something, he probably could have taken that Panther out. He was a little too hesitant though, and not passive enough to get away to safety. He was the perfect middle ground of not fully committing and not being defensive enough, and it lost him his T-34 to that Panther. So T-34 down, but 2 KV-1s on the field. I don't know why Hans wouldn't just drive up and kill that. I feel like the KV-1s have a perfectly good opportunity right now to just go kill that Panther. Both AT guns are tied up down here, and the Panzer IV. He tried to nail it with the B4 shot, but it was off target again. I think he guessed incorrectly right there where that Panther might be. I don't think it scattered that wide. I just think he fired without vision. AT guns bring that KV-1 down to about half. This one's about to be fully repaired. Panther's getting repaired quite quickly, so Hans's window of opportunity to kill that is probably closed. I think he had a very real opportunity to kill that Panther though. If both KV-1s had participated, and also the AT gun maybe. Oh well.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Panzer IV making its way to the front line is not fully repaired, but it's Vet 3, so he's making good use of that. It's got 20 kills already in 30 minutes. That's not bad. Sniper died at some point. I missed it. I wish I had seen that happen. Maybe the B4 nailed it, or maybe it T70 sniped it or something. I don't know, but Sniper's dead now. I think it went down with roughly 40 some kills. B4 shot was off target again, slightly. A little damage to the Panther, but nothing serious. Panzer IV is going to pull back away from AT gun plus KV-1 here in the south. Grenadiers clumped in front of a flamethrower, going down quick. Grenadiers retreating. Panther takes a shot at a mine here in the road. Grenadiers positioned on the left side. Fuel will be forced to retreat from shock troops. Price doing enough? Oh. Wipe. Just a matter of time before those start stacking up. Pios get nailed by the B4 right there. Grenadiers also got wiped over here on the left side, so quite a few losses for Price. Not even, the manpower isn't even as big of a deal for him as the munitions. Those G43s and Minesweepers are expensive to keep replacing. He's got manpower, but he does not have munitions, especially as Jaeger infantry, the most munitions-hungry commander ever devised. Munitions abilities only. But Price has VPs. Got the clock ticking in his favor for now. He's 100 victory points behind. That's alright. As long as he can just ride this game out. There's no T-3485s coming, there's no IS-2s coming. Just the KV-1, which as far as heavy tanks go is kind of not that scary. And he's tier 4. The hard part's over. He doesn't have to tech anymore. He can just make his tanks now. Spend his fuel very efficiently from this point forward.
Sector has been cut off.
Fourth shot again on the Panther. Deals pretty good damage that time. That KV-1 stuck around on this engagement a little too long and does get sniped by the Panzer IV plus Panther moving up from the left flank. Nice play by Price right there. Good positioning. AT guns working on the second KV-1. They might both go down. Price getting very aggressive here. He knows the B4 can't fire, and he takes out both tanks. Both tanks. Nice pickups by Price. This could be a decisive engagement. I know it's not because it's an hour and 8-minute long game, but it looks like it could have been. Maybe these AT guns are going to trade or something. Yeah, Panzer IV might go down here. Needs to get clear. Has nowhere to run. No! Oh, that beautiful, masterful play by Price to save that tank. Such a display of skill. B4 is firing somewhere. Where's that firing? Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I thought I heard it firing. It's rotating. Panther's very low right there. T-70 looking for opportunities. Also destroyed by the AT gun wall. G43s are trying to win against shock troops. Frag grenade clears the AT gun. G43s, I think, are going to kill these shots. Yeah, they should win that. Has to retreat that squad. Shocks will also retreat. I need to put this B4 on a control group so I don't miss its shots. It's firing at the Panther. I think there's a very good chance of either the Panther or Panzer IV being destroyed right now. Almost. Almost. He had repaired it sufficiently that it survives that shot. Pio's unfortunately not so lucky. One squad wipes, the other one gets away with one man remaining. That wasn't even that unlucky of a shot. That wiped a squad. Is wiping a squad not good enough for you, Hans? It has to blow up a tank too? A tank with like a little over half HP? Poor Hans.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
Grenadiers will be forced to retreat right there.
Losing a sector. Pioneers ready for assignment.
Rifle grenade, off target. That squad's gonna have to retreat. Engagement cannot be won. Price has to pull back. His biggest concern right now is repairs, really. His Pios keep dying. He's replacing them en masse, though. He has enough manpower float that he's just like, okay, I need Pios. I need Pio. Pio build, best build. Is B4 firing again already? Yes, it is. Jeez, that thing starts firing so quick. I can barely keep up. Off target, fortunately. These repairing tanks will not get nailed. How's he getting vision, by the way? I guess he's just listening through the fog and just guessing. He's guessing quite accurately from based on where it's pointing.
We have taken it. T-34 ready for combat. We are ready for anything.
Panzer IV is fully repaired, Panther's about to be fully repaired, and Price will finally be poised to start making his way back onto this battlefield. Grenadiers moving left, try and get territory over there. Lots of fresh Grenadiers on the field for Price this game. He's lost so many. So many squads. How many has he lost, in fact? Wow, 6 of 10. That is brutal. Meanwhile, Hans has lost 4 of 5 conscripts. He's not exactly doing a whole lot better. A little better. A little better for infantry preservation, and obviously Price is doing way better for tank preservation. He has not lost a vehicle yet. Meanwhile, Hans has lost basically every tank he's fielded, except for a fresh T-34 right there. Price has done an excellent job preserving his 1 Panzer IV and Panther against the tide of KV-1s, and obviously Hans has had pretty solid map control to be able to keep up with Price despite his losses. Price only now making another play for the left side fuel point to get that under his control. A lot of mines being popped over here. No wipes though, fortunately for Price. Just send the minesweeper over here. He's going to move it over now. B4 is available to fire again. It's got 16 kills, doing alright. Not amazing, but alright. Demo charge over here on the right side. Panther and AT gun. Ooh, there's a demo right on that flamethrower pile squad. T-34 is going to peek, I think. AT gun and Panther are available for that engagement. B4 just fired left. No wipe. 1 model loss on the Grenadiers. No big deal. T-34 will pull back to safety over there. What target was destroyed? Somebody just said target destroyed. I missed something happening. But I don't know what it was. AT gun brings the Panther down to about half. That has to pull back to safety. He was trying to finish off the T-34 with an AT gun. 3 AT guns pointed at him. In fact, that wasn't going to happen. How did that demo charge explode? I guess Hans detonated that trying to wipe those flamethrower piles, but he only got 1 model. Maybe that was a misclick. Ooh, high explode. Oh my god! Devastating pair of shots from those 2 weapons right there. Wipes 1 squad, the other gets away with only a tiny sliver of HP remaining. B4 is available to fire again as well. Price is taking control of all territory over here on the left and center, but he's losing the right, so they're trading. B4 just fired center at those piles. They retreat immediately upon hearing the sound. I think. Oh no, it's firing at the base. Doesn't hit anything. Or wait, maybe it did.
Well done, comrades. The point is ours.
I can't tell. I think I killed a few stray Grenadier models. Yeah, I killed that guy. Nothing catastrophic though. No wipes right there. Panther getting repaired. Grenadiers taking control of the left side munitions. And a Panzerwerfer is on the field for Captain Price. How polite. That's a gentleman's weapon. Let's see if we can use it to good effect. Actually, it should be pretty good on this map because you can fire it from close range with lots of shot blockers to protect it, and maybe he can clear some AT guns with it. So he's already tier 4. He already has the Panther out, so why not? Broom Bear would make like a little bit more sense, but I could see Panzerwerfer firing in this area, I think, somewhere. Where is it firing? I heard the rockets go up. I don't see them coming down. Oh, he fired them over here. Okay. That looks like it was totally off target. Demo charge does not... Man. Hans needs to be a little more patient on these demos. I don't know why he keeps clicking detonate when he's not going to get the wipe. Oh, oh, wow. Wow, is Hans really going to complain about his luck this game? Give me a break. Wow. That was ridiculous. B4 firing. Deep. Minor damage to a Grenadier squad, nothing too serious. Oh, Price just told me that the Panzerwerfer hit this building, and that's why none of the rockets came down. It just shot nothing. That explains it. Panther has to pull back a little bit, taking minor damage in this area. Panzer IV trying to push away some conscripts. Uncontested over here on the left side. There won't be anything to follow up on that engine damage. Should be able to pull back Pull back for repairs easily enough. Game is slowly rotating the map. I don't know if it's going in anybody's favor or not. Price still at a victory point disadvantage, but not anything too crippling, I don't think. Before firing in the base again, I guess. It didn't hit anything. He's just firing that blind deep into the fog of war and hoping for the best. Killed a model on this AT gun. Price is struggling to deal with it a little bit. Panzerwerfer barrage actually goes somewhere this time, unloading that on these AT guns. And, no damage to anything. Because, yeah, it's kind of a close range unit. It's hard to get it into close range on some maps. On this map, I think Price could manage it, but right now he's got all of his tanks and infantry back for repairs and healing and such, so he doesn't really want to expose his Panzerwerfer. Doesn't hit anything. Game's getting a little quiet while Hans gets ready for his next push. He's got 2 T-34s on the field. Interesting to see him going T-34s instead of KV-1s. Maybe he feels he'd rather have just numbers rather than armor. I guess I could see that. Maybe if he can get a big swarm together of like 3. Try and take out the Panther with the Ram and AT guns.
Structure complete.
We take back what is ours. Tak. What do you need?
Wow. So quiet suddenly. This is just spooky. Hans making a very light harassment attempt here in the south. B4 takes another shot.
Yes, comrade.
Over here. Yeah, he's just firing blind. He doesn't have vision of any of that. Doesn't hit anything. T-34 peaks. Oh, now he does a recon pass? Seems a little late, but alright. That will give him vision of everything Price has going on in this area. Looks like Price is going to make a little bit of a push. These grenadiers.
A squad of infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
Apparently something got wiped. Plane crash off the map. Panzerwerfer moves to fire at the AT gun back here, I think. Ooh! Oh!
Brave infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Oh wow, that was a pretty good. See, there you go. When you fire it from really close range, that was not a very long range barrage right there. Perfectly nailed those shock troops. Was there a mine right there? It looks like there's a mine crater there. No, I don't think so. Spots a demo charge over here with a sweeper. Nice sweep.
Supply sector under attack.
Working on the VP now.
Taking fire.
Panther's gonna move up to do what it can.
Awaiting command.
It's weird how idle everything is all of a sudden. Everything was so mobile in the first 30 minutes of this game. Now Price is just camping left, and Hans doesn't seem like he really knows what to do about it. Every time he peeks, he just immediately pulls back. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. He could have hopped in the building to secure himself vision of what was over here first. AT gun bounces, but Panzer IV pulling back away to safety from that T-34. And Price, by the way, is a very patient player. He is perfectly content to camp 2 VPs until the game is over, even if it means that the game is going to last all day. He has no problem with that. No problem whatsoever. And the 3rd Tier 4 unit will roll onto the field. Broom Bear plus Panzerwerfer plus Panther. All all 3 Oster Tier 4 units on the field at the same time. I think on Stalingrad, that's got to be a first for me. I don't think I've ever seen that accomplished before. Achievement unlocked for Price. Well played, Price. B4 firing at something over here. The bunker, I guess. Doesn't really hit it. We're here on the right side. Broom Bear has started working on various units. Has to pull back. Oh no, don't lose it! Drove into 2 AT guns plus T-34. Looks like it'll be pretty okay. Panther working on 2 T-34s over here. Without AT gun support, the Panther could probably win this. It is Vet 2. Looks like Hans has to pull back a little bit. Panzerwerfer's available to fire again. Grenadiers retreating, Pios retreating. AT grenade on the Panther, bounces. This is Vet 2 Panther. As badly as I want to see this Broom Bear just annihilate everything, it's not performing very well so far this game. Panzerwerfer coming down on the AT gun back there will clear it. Pretty good spread. Clears the vet off of that as well. Panther and Broom Bear both turn to fire on that T-34 as it's moving up. That may have been an overextension. Smoke grenade might be too late. In fact, that smoke screen will actually protect the Panther as it pulls back after that snipe. What was that shot, AT gun? That was terrible. Apparently the Panther's not even gonna pull back. Panther ain't scared. Holding still in front of a Vet 2 B4 is always dangerous though. Panther with the top mount machine gun will clear that though. AT gun cleared. So nice pickup by Price. Game's starting to trend in his favor. It's definitely starting to trend in his favor. AT gun killed, T-34 down. Armored reserves for Price continue to grow. He has not lost a single vehicle this game. Even his Panzer IV from the 20-minute marker, 15-minute marker, whatever, is still alive. His vehicle preservation has been spotless this game. T-34 is going in on the Panther right there. It is going to have to pull back to safety. It's falling dangerously low. T-34 is disengaging. Shot bounces. The other T-34 might be able to finish that Panther off with a ram or something. I don't know if he's feels that'll be a worthwhile commitment. Shot, lucky shot on the rear armor. It has to blitz to safety. No ram. Second fresh Panther on the field here for Price. T-34 trying to seal the deal, but it walks into too much. Two Panther shots and a Broom Bear shell. Destroyed that overzealous T-34, which if it had rammed, if that T-34 had rammed, I think there's a pretty decent chance that would be a dead Panther, but it gets away this time. Vet 3, and Hans is now on his last gasp. Only one damaged T-34 left on the field, and a pretty meager infantry army, but despite that, he has a nice amount of map control right now. Still has excellent map control despite taking some really serious losses due to potentially some overextensions against Price's tanks.
AT gun here.
The enemy is down to 100 points. Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Pio's working on the Vet 3 Panther. Price slowly growing his territory. Because of his large investment in Tier 4 vehicles, he's now pop-capped on a 2 Grenadier infantry composition. So he doesn't actually have that much capping power, and he can't even reinforce. He can't even reinforce. He has to run around with wounded Grenadier squads. So it's leaving his infantry army a little lacking. The second Panther might have been overzealous. Because he's already got a Panzer IV and a Panther and a Broom Bear. I don't know if a second Panther was really the right call. I feel like maybe throwing out some more Grens might have helped him with his map control situation a little more. But having this many tanks is pretty awesome. It's cool. I don't know if it's necessarily like optimal though. High explosive barrage on those Grens. Probably gonna have to retreat or just die. Hit a mine. They sweep a mine right before they die. Panzerwerfer firing at pretty long range. Gets a good spread though. Clears one of the two guns. Decent barrage.
Are attempting to capture our territory.
Price is running out of time. He's only got 73 points left. He just doesn't have infantry. He just doesn't have any infantry. Hans has just enough stuff left to force retreats and keep this territory under his control, especially since Price is being maybe overly idle with some of it. Like, this Panzer IV has not even moved for the last several minutes, which I understand he wants to defend that VP because he cannot afford to lose it, but at the same time, not really getting that much use out of it. Hopefully the Panthers will be able to break through a little bit over here. Panther and Broom Bear engaging against T-34s. This Panther moving up from this angle. Pretty good engagement for Price so far. That AT gun's got to reposition to safety. B4 is available to fire, but all of these targets are too mobile, and Hans is too occupied with trying to micro his various tanks. Looks for an opportunity on the Panther right there. Does manage to sneak behind it. I think it's going to go down. Yes, it does. T-34 has managed to swarm it, and that Panther with no veterancy is destroyed. Broom Bear continues working on these T-34s. That one particularly is quite low. Rear armor hit on that T-34. They're both extremely close to being destroyed. That one will get finished off by the Vet 3 Panther. It's continuing to hunt for this one. B4 still not firing despite being able to. Lucky main gun crit on the T-34. Probably going to go down though. Blitzing Panther should be able to hunt it down. It rounds the corner. If the Panther chases, it will have to expose its rear armor to an AT grenade right there, so he decides to pull back to safety instead. Broom Bear working on this area. Panther stands a chance to destroy that T-34 if it can find it. Looks like it's going to try and sneak past. Panther spots it though. Oh, he can't make up his mind. Needs to dodge an AT grenade and pulls away from that engagement. So both T-34s will get away to safety. Price, most of his infantry is not mobile during this engagement, but he does have control of 2 VPs during the course of it, and he seems to be winning in most areas. B4 just fired on his something right here. No? No. Doesn't hit anything. So, clock is ticking against Hans right now. Various tanks awaiting repairs at separate locations.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Engineers taking control of the munitions right there.
Target destroyed. Soviet territory reclaimed. You're ready to go, comrade. Man down.
Almost wipes those conscripts with that short-range Panzerwerfer volley. I'll be forced to retreat. Panther's about to be fully repaired. This Panther has 14 kills. How many tanks has it killed? 4! Wow. 4 T-34s and KV-1s on that Panther. This Panzer IV up to 38, despite the fact that it's been large. Wait, how many? 3 vehicles destroyed. How many tanks has Hans lost this game? 2 KV-1s, 4 T-34s, and 2 T-70s. Wow. 8 Soviet vehicles destroyed thus far this game. Meanwhile, Price has lost 1 Panther. So vehicle preservation definitely going in Price's favor this game.
The enemy is taking our territory.
18 gun right there gets cleared by conscripts.
We are suffering losses.
Broom Bear moves up to engage here in the middle. It's up to 16 kills, so it's actually doing pretty okay. Better than the Panzerwerfer? No, they're tied. They're tied. All right. Pio's working on the center VP to try and keep the clock stopped. Hans trading for the east victory point simultaneously. A couple squads being forced to retreat. With Price's second Panther dead, I think he had a little bit of room to throw some infantry on the field maybe, but no, he's just going to make a third one. He just really likes Panthers. He just really likes Panthers. Broom Bear pulling away from a flanking T-34 right there. Does get a pretty good hit off. I think that shell did significant damage, but the Broom Bear is probably going to be destroyed. Panzerwerfer might also be a little bit vulnerable after this. Oh, it disengaged! Disengaged away from that engagement, pulling back to safety, I guess. Back up here towards the support of these AT guns, not wanting to, I guess he just doesn't want to overextend and lose his tank again. Because that's probably what was going to happen if he dove. Panthers were on their way to save the day. Broom Bear pulls back for repairs right there. Combat engineers capturing the point there in the center. Ooh, Panzerwerfer wipes that minesweeper. Nice spread. Top-mount machine guns catch that. AT gun in motion. I'm pretty sure that's going to get cleared before it fires a shot. Panthers swing their main guns around to fire the T-34. Both shots miss. Continues kiting, circle strafing that AT gun to death. Top-mount machine gun's a little slow to clear that thing. There it goes. You might stick around. That, wow, maybe not though. That Panther just fell dangerously low. I practically forgot the B4 is on the field. It doesn't seem like it's really doing anything. It's only got 24 kills in an hour-long game. Kind of surprised by that, to be honest. Maybe that's why Price has not been fielding any infantry and just tanks. That actually kind of makes sense. I could see that. He doesn't want to get nailed by that B4, suffer any more wipes. It was Wipe City earlier. Now that he's got a full army composition of tier 4 vehicles, he's not as afraid of that B4 as he was before. Had not considered that. And that is definitely a benefit to this composition, but obviously not being able to take territory is problematic. He's slowly building his control over this game though. Throwing a bunker down on the victory point over here. If you can get a triple cap going against Hans, you might be able to pull back even again. Hans has to only knock 64 points off the scoreboard to take this game. Struggling to do so though. With Price's armor reserves this strong, he doesn't have very much potential to push aggressively into Price's territory with just a few T-34s and AT guns. B4 a little bit off target right there. That lonely shell sailing through the air. Is that bunker busting barrage? Yeah, cool. That's got some pretty long range. Is that like pretty accurate? It looked like that first shell nailed that AT gun. I've never seen that ability before. Cool. Thanks, Price. I finally got to see the Broom Bear bunker busting barrage. Is that free? Nice. Very cool. That is a very unusual ability. Seemed pretty accurate. It's actually really inaccurate, so that was just good RNG. Alright. Well, it was still cool. So it's like SU-76 style ability, I guess. Except for its event ability. For whatever reason. B4 shot over here is off target again. Piles will be forced to retreat. These two squads grabbing the east VP.
Engineer standing by. The new men have arrived.
Hans is up to a pretty decent working infantry corps. He's not at 100 of 100 pop cap, but he's, you know, considering he's pretty close. He's still got a workable army. I think he still has the potential to knock some VPs off the board. He might be getting a little bit of tunnel vision right here in the engagement for the center/right, though. I think if all three of his T-34s went hard left, this force would be easy to unseat. I don't even think there's any mines over there. The engagement over here for the middle, this T-34 going down quick. Looks like it might go down to Broom Bear fire. No. Before shot off target, doesn't hit anything.
Showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
These two squads, or AT guns, going to keep Panther's armor at bay a little bit. Panzerwerfer firing to clear them. And that didn't do anything. That didn't really do anything. Rifle grenade to try and force that retreat as Price continues to very slowly grow his hold on this map. Like, I don't even know if it's really growing, it's just kind of morphing. But the clock is clearly trending in his favor. He's about to pull even here. It's going to be 64 to 64 right now. His armor preservation continues to be really good. Just being very careful, very patient, managing his victory points as well as he can. High explosive barrage into the center to try and push away those Pyos, but the conscripts are already retreating, and Price will continue to keep the clock ticking in his favor. Pyos working on the squad over here on the right side, and by the way, Price, because he needs map control, has just given up on Grins entirely, and his entire army is Pyos. His entire infantry corps is Pyos because he needs the repairs, he needs capping power, and he does not need firepower. He doesn't need infantry-based firepower at all. His tanks can counter everything. His tanks, well, tanks, assault guns, and rocket artillery can counter every unit Hans has on the field, so he doesn't need infantry for firepower, he just needs capping power. So I could definitely understand this transition into just nothing but Pyos. Barbed wire, look at that late game wire. Gonna try and deny this victory point, try and shore up his defenses as much as he can, try and keep that clock ticking against Hans, and it's now ticking quite quickly. Hour and 6 minutes into the game, only 50 points left for Hans. He's gonna be under a lot of pressure to make a big push. He's only got 2 T-34s out right now. D4 shot is pretty off target right there. Panzerwerfer barrage.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Brings that AT gun low. T-34 working on flamethrower Pyos, trying to kill the AT guns over here, pushing them around, trying to bully them away. The Vet 3 Panther taking shots at the T-34, even at range, is doing great damage. Decent chance of destroying that. Fresh Panther working on the middle here with Broom Bear support. Another squad gets wiped in the center VP, and the clock continues to go against Hans very quickly. All of his attempts to slow it down are failing. That BM. Oh, Price, come on. It's an hour and 8-minute game. You know what? Maybe it's okay to say GG in an hour and 8-minute game. It was a good game. It was a good game. But T-34 destroyed. Hans says GG. He can't salvage this. He's just lost too much is what it comes down to, and he can't keep up. He's lost too many T-34s. Armor preservation was the name of this game, I think, more than anything else. Map control didn't really... You know, map was pretty much split in half. It bounced back and forth a little bit, but nobody took a huge lead. But 9 of 10 Soviet vehicles destroyed by the end of this game. 9 of 10, including 5 T-34s and 2 KV-1s. Compared to CaptainSPrice, who lost only 1 Panther. An unvetted Panther. So I think that is pretty much what led to this game turning out the way it did. Very long game because of Price's certain style. His very defensive, very patient, victory point oriented style. He always tries to get his opponent to attack him to try and get the victory points to speed up a little bit. And he's a very patient, very skilled at that strategy. He's very good at frustrating his opponent into an overextension. He's probably the best at that out of any player I've ever seen. So, very distinctive, very iconic CaptainSPrice victory right here. I think this sums him up very well. So GG, well played CaptainSPrice. Axis wins.